on them, and you know what I'm saying, letting them off the hook. Now I mean, just a few scenes. Hotep. I think that it's always important that we hear what our master teachers have to say about certain subjects, and I have the pleasure of introducing a clip of Brother Phil Valentine breaking it down, and I think he has some very important things to say. So listen up.
I had a chance to see Avatar. My wife and I had a chance to go see Avatar, and there's so much in that movie. I gotta hand it to Cameron, though. That's the one thing. Everybody's trashing him, but I think we came to the conclusion after we got out there that it would not have had the impact that it did had them people been black or brown. Because immediately the cognitive dissonance of the collective white psyche would have shut down and not learned a damn thing. But once they took the black people and made them blue and put everything else African on them and then put a Navajo dialect in their mouth, it became something different that they paid attention to. It got so deep that this movie made $1 billion in less than a week. In less than a week. And this was not even for the international showing. So now what you got to do is people are looking at it and they're saying, yeah, it's the same story everywhere we go, but there is a deep metaphysic. I'm going to drop it when I come to New York, what the whole thing is about. But the metaphysics about that movie is showing that white folks going to be typically white folks no matter where the hell they go in the universe. He is what he is going to be, the test, the disease, the one who pretends that he brings with one hand beneficence, but actually brings pestilence and plagues with the other. He is going to be him. You can't blame him for who he is. You can't blame a dog for barking, because a dog has to bark. So what you have to look at is what it is he is. And Cameron did that to the point where the Pope had to come out and speak against it. That's how deep the movie became. So the whole movie, as far as the Haitians are concerned, when they went and started ripping down the houses and tearing down the trees and everything, ain't that typical? What else is new about him? What was really new was what it is that they showed, that his particular way of being is at an end. No matter how much power you see coming at him, that in the end, he is going to exhaust himself by who he is, not what he is given to us, by who he is, you see. So the blue people, or those people called the Navi, are indicative of all indigenous and autochthonous peoples around the planet who are eventually going to be the ones inheriting the earth, but not after this man does everything to bring it to the point of complete extinction. Do you hear what the ending said? He said that they have destroyed their world. Send them back to the world that they have destroyed.
Once you understand Babylon and how they think, once you understand these devils, this shitstem, and how they think, and when you really know who your enemy is, then you cannot be fooled. And you'll be able to pinpoint so many things immediately. Now here's the synopsis. A paraplegic ex-Marine finds a new life on the distant planet of Pandora, only to find himself battling humankind alongside the planet's indigenous Navi race in this ambitious digital 3D sci-fi epic from Academy Award-winning Titanic director James Cracker Cameron. Fire. The film, which marks Cameron's first dramatic feature since 1997's Titanic, follows Jake Sully, a cracker, and he's played by cracker Sam Worthington. Here's Sam Worthington and his dog Spot. I'm just playing. Anyway, the story follows Jake Sully, a war veteran who gets called to the depths of space to pick up the job of his slain twin brother for the scientific arm of a megacorporation looking to mine the planet of Pandora for a valued ore. Now we're going to stop right there, because if we overstand, we know the white people ain't doing shit but telling on themselves. Because this is exactly what these multi-corporations do. And why you have so many of these groups and so many mercenary groups in Iraq, Afghanistan, all over the world. See, what we don't understand is, since they continue and must continue to be the devils that they are and steal and rape people, their land and their resources, since devils will continue to do what they have done since they crawled out of the caves of Europe, we know now what they do is a lot of these so-called conflicts and so-called tribal warfare all across the globe, coups, all kind of stuff, disruptions of governments. A lot of these, even though the agents that may carry out these deeds may be people of color, black, African people, or other people of color, they are the puppets of these crackers. And the crackers really like to, you know what I'm saying, hide their faces. But these mega corporations and stuff that want to steal these sources, which a lot of times are under the guise, or I should say, the United Snakes and the European powers use these corporations as a guise to steal and to gain more wealth for the white supremacy system. So they're the ones that control a lot of these mega corporations. Okay? They own the Bushes and all of these people that are in politics, politricks. These politicians they're all a part of the same organizations. Trilateral Commission. You understand what I'm saying? The Council on Foreign Relations. Democrats, Republicans, a lot of them are in the same organizations and have a lot of the same business interests. But this mega corporation wants to steal these resources from this people called the Na'vi. And these are nothing but a mixture in the white mind. It's a mixture, an amalgamation of African peoples and other indigenous people. If you look at these blue people, the Na'vi, you see the sister, you know what I'm saying? She has, and she's supposed to be the example for the black woman. She's even voiced by the sister named Zoe Saldana. But if you see like the main sister and a lot of the women that are the women Na'vi, which are in this movie, they'll have braids. All of the people, they have native attire, African attire, Kemetic attire. Now, I mean, quote unquote, Indian indigenous attire. A lot of their rituals, the sacredness of nature, the uplifting of the ancestors and the female goddess spirit, the chants, all of these come from the indigenous culture. So what white people have done in their mind in this movie Avatar is, all you need to see is that these blue people are African people and Indian people. And what trips me out is that even in the beginning they give themselves away as far as the people, these Na'vi people being black, because of the slang they're using. It's one scene where they're on the basketball court, and you know, and the white dude, when he gets in this, in this body, because what ends up happening, he works for this mega corporation.